All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada for KennySantos.com. Do you want to know how to harness more of your creative energy? If you are tackling some projects that require creativeness, especially if you're writing or if you're making videos or if you're, I guess, composing songs or making poetry or whatever the case may be, if you require creative energy, then here is how to harness more of that. And so, before I, talk about how to harness more creative energy, and it's really one simple thing, but it has made a world of difference. Is that if you, before I get into that, if you're getting value from my text, not my text, if you're getting value from my videos and my audios and my podcasts and my, my blog, that sort of thing, then what I invite you to do is to do something super easy and super simple. I invite you to either like, subscribe, share, or comment. It is a super easy way and it's a simple way for you to support my blog and to do so for free. So, how do you harness more of your creative energy? And I want you to recognize something is that, first of all, we are not machines. We could think to ourselves that we are going to be writing, some of our book tomorrow or doing something creative tomorrow. But when it comes to the moment, we may not feel inspired, or we may feel tired, or we may not feel like doing it, or whatever the case may be. And there are arguments to, kind of push through that, and they do work. A lot of professional writers kind of push through that tiredness, just make sure, it's that better done than perfect. But what I invite you to do to really harness more of your creative energy is to, as you're planning out your day, do your creative tasks before your mundane tasks. We wake up with a finite amount of creative energy. And so oftentimes if we do some of our mundane tasks, even though we think they don't take up a lot of our creativity, they actually do. If we're writing an email to someone, or even if we're responding to social media, we might be deciding, what emoji should we be using? Again, creative. If we are writing an email that's kind of mundane, it doesn't need a lot of our creative energy, it still takes some up. We're wondering, well, how should we structure this sentence? How should we, how should the punctuation go? What kind of grammar should we use? What kind of words should I use? And so all of that creative energy ultimately, you know it takes up some of the fuel that we have, and we only have a finite amount of fuel for the day. We are not machines. If I turn on my computer, right, it can go on day after, hour after hour, day after day. I never have to turn it off. All right, it's not gonna overheat. It's not gonna get tired. It's not gonna do any of these things. And I could, have it record videos, render videos. I could have it save files. I could have it do all these things, and it's not gonna stop. But us as humans, if we try to keep going, we are gonna burn out. And if we try to keep going, our work will be subpar. It will not be our best. And so, if we want to harness most and more of our creative energy, then we need to be using that creative energy while it's high and not waste it on mundane tasks. And so, if you have a book to write and you want to spend some time writing that book today, I invite you to spend the time in the morning before you do those mundane tasks, because often we think, oh, I'll get to it. These things are important. You know what? I got to write this email. It's very urgent. It's very important. So I'll do that. Once I get all these urgent things done, then I can move on and do the creative things. And Stephen Pressfield, he wrote the book, The War of Art. Yeah, The War of Art. Awesome book, by the way. He makes this distinction about important tasks and urgent tasks. Urgent tasks, they do require our attention, but the important tasks, those are about our dreams, those are about our future, and they require attention first. Sorry, they require attention as well, but we often put those aside and we think to ourselves, we'll get to them after we do our urgent tasks. And what I invite you to do instead is do the important tasks first. Do your creative tasks first. Work on your dreams first. And that's not to say you're not going to get to those urgent tasks. Those urgent things that you got to do, they will get done simply because they're urgent. So push them off. You know what? For 20 minutes or 30 minutes if you can, right? Push them off and then you'll do them later. And then because they're urgent, you will do them later. And because you've done the important creative tasks first, they will be your best work. You will not have wasted any of your energy wondering what emoji to use on social media or what words you've been using or structure or how, anything like that on the other mundane tasks. So if you want to harness more of your creative energy, again, I invite you to do your creative tasks before your mundane tasks. Sounds kind of, it sounds pretty simple, but it's very, very effective. So I hope you try that out, and I trust you got some great value out of this. If you're getting value, I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And if you want to see more videos like this, go over to my blog. It's kennysantos.com. You can even put your name and email in. You're going to get an awesome audio in growing your business. Now remember this every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. We only got to do two things about that. We got to recognize those miracles. And then, of course, my favorite part, we get to accept those miracles. All right, take care and create a great day.